single day, whether you are excited or exhausted, whether things are going well or falling apart. Success is not about big moments of inspiration. It is about consistent effort over time. The people who achieve their goals are not the ones who feel motivated every day, but the ones who push through when they don't. They wake up early, put in the work, and stay committed to their routines even when no one is watching. They understand that discipline is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. They don't allow their emotions to dictate their actions. They operate based on their commitments, not their feelings. The most powerful thing about discipline is that it builds momentum. The first few days of starting a new habit or working towards a goal are the hardest because there is no immediate reward. It is easy to quit when results are not visible yet, but those who stay disciplined long enough start to see progress. Small improvements compound over time, leading to massive transformation. Discipline creates habits, and habits create results. When an action is repeated consistently, it no longer requires effort. It becomes second nature. People often ask how to stay disciplined, and the answer is simple. Remove the option of quitting. When success is seen as the only choice, discipline becomes a way of life. There are no excuses, no negotiations, and no waiting for the right time. The right time is always now. Every time discipline is exercised, it becomes stronger. Every time an excuse is entertained, it becomes weaker. The mind and body adapt to what they are trained to do. When discipline is prioritized, laziness and procrastination lose their power. One of the most important aspects of discipline is consistency. Doing something once or twice is easy, but doing it every day requires a commitment that most people are unwilling to make. Consistency is what builds trust in oneself. When a promise is made to take action and it is followed through, self-respect grows. Confidence is built not by external validation, but by keeping commitments to oneself. When discipline is mastered, there is no need to wait for motivation because the habit of taking action is already ingrained. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not talent, luck, or resources. It is discipline. It is the ability to keep going when others stop. It is the ability to push through discomfort and sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term success. While most people search for motivation, those who are truly committed focus on discipline. They understand that the road to success is built on showing up every day, doing the work, and refusing to quit. Discipline is not a choice, it is a necessity for those who want to achieve greatness. Negative people can silently drain energy, kill ambition, and limit potential without even realizing it. The company you keep shapes your mindset, influences your decisions, and determines how far you go in life. If you are constantly surrounded by people who complain, make excuses, and lack vision, it becomes difficult to maintain focus and motivation. Negativity is contagious, and over time it seeps into your thoughts, making even the strongest ambitions feel impossible. That is why cutting out negativity and surrounding yourself with growth-minded individuals is essential for success. One of the biggest challenges in eliminating negativity is recognizing it. Sometimes it comes from friends, family, or colleagues who have good intentions but unknowingly discourage progress. They project their own fears, doubts, and limitations onto others, making success seem out of reach. They say things like, "Be realistic. That's too risky," or "It's not possible." These words may seem harmless, but over time they plant seeds of doubt. The mind absorbs what it is repeatedly exposed to, and if it constantly hears negativity, it starts believing in limitations. The fastest way to change your life is to change your environment. Surrounding yourself with people who think big, take action, and push their limits will naturally elevate your mindset. When success is the standard in your environment, mediocrity becomes uncomfortable. When the conversations around you are about growth, opportunities, and solutions, your thinking shifts in the same direction. It is not about completely cutting people off, but about being intentional with energy and time. There is a difference between supporting people and allowing them to hold you back. If someone is constantly draining energy, adding negativity, or discouraging growth, limiting their influence is necessary. Another form of negativity comes from self-doubt and limiting beliefs. Even after removing negative influences, if old thought patterns remain the same, progress will be limited. The way to overcome this is by actively feeding the mind with positivity, learning from successful individuals, and continuously upgrading knowledge. Reading books, listening to inspiring podcasts, and engaging with mentors or successful people will gradually rewire thinking. The more exposure to positivity, the less power negativity holds. Energy management is crucial for maintaining focus and drive. Spending time with the wrong people, engaging in unnecessary drama, or consuming negative content drains mental and emotional energy. When focus is split between growth and distractions, progress slows down. The best way to stay on track is to be selective with attention and energy. Choose conversations that inspire, environments that challenge, and people who uplift. Protecting mental space is as important as protecting physical health. Success is not just about working harder, it is about working smarter. Being in the right environment speeds up progress while negativity slows it down. The people around you either add value or take it away. To reach the next level, negativity must be replaced with ambition, doubt with belief, and excuses with action. Surrounding yourself with growth-minded people creates an unstoppable force, making success the only outcome. Comparing yourself to others is one of the fastest ways to kill confidence, motivation, and personal growth. In a world where social media constantly showcases highlight reels of other people's lives, it's easy to feel like you're behind, not doing enough, or not good enough. But the truth is, comparison is a distraction. It shifts focus away from personal progress and onto external factors that have nothing to do with individual success. The only person worth competing with is the person you were yesterday. When energy is spent on comparing instead of improving, valuable time is wasted that could be used to build something great. Every person's journey is different. Some people achieve success early while others take longer. Some start with advantages while others must work harder to create opportunities. Looking at someone else's progress and feeling discouraged is unfair because the circumstances, experiences, and challenges behind their success are often unseen. What looks like an overnight success is usually years of hard work, discipline, and sacrifices. No one posts their struggles, failures, or late nights filled with doubt. The moment comparison takes over, it becomes difficult to appreciate personal achievements, no matter how big or small. The real competition should always be internal. Every day is an opportunity to be stronger, smarter, and more disciplined than the day before. When the focus is on self-improvement rather than external validation, real growth begins. The goal should not be to match someone else's timeline, but to create a life that aligns with personal vision and values. Progress is not about being better than others, it's about becoming the best version of oneself. Small daily improvements, even if they seem insignificant, compound over time and lead to massive results. Comparison often leads to negative emotions like jealousy, self-doubt, and frustration. It shifts attention to what is lacking instead of what is possible. This mindset creates unnecessary pressure and stress, making it difficult to stay motivated. Instead of comparing, the better approach is to learn from those who have achieved success. Instead of feeling discouraged by someone else's progress, use it as inspiration. Ask questions like, what can I learn from their journey? Or how can I apply similar principles in my own life? Growth happens when energy is directed towards solutions instead of self-criticism. Another important lesson is understanding that success is not a race. There is no fixed timeline for achieving goals, and everyone moves at their own pace. What matters is consistency and staying committed to the journey. Focusing on long-term progress rather than quick comparisons leads to deeper fulfillment and sustainable success. It is essential to remind yourself that no one else is living your life, making your decisions, or facing your challenges. The path to success is personal, and comparing it to someone else's only creates unnecessary limitations. The most successful individuals understand that their greatest competitor is themselves. They measure progress based on where they started, not where others are. The key to long-term success and happiness is staying focused, setting personal goals, and improving daily. Growth comes from effort, discipline, and persistence, not from measuring against someone else's success. The only real challenge is becoming better than the person you were yesterday. Results speak louder than words. In a world where people constantly talk about their dreams, plans, and ambitions, very few actually put in the work to turn those words into reality. Talking about success is easy, but proving it through action and results is what truly matters. People respect results, not excuses. No one cares about how hard the struggle is, how many obstacles exist, or how difficult the journey has been. What matters in the end is whether the work was done and the goal was achieved. Success is built through consistent effort, not through endless talking or seeking validation. Many people get caught up in making big promises, setting grand goals, and announcing their plans to the world, but then fail to follow through. They mistake talking about success for actually working towards it. The problem with this approach is that it creates a false sense of accomplishment. When effort is put into discussing goals rather than executing them, it feels like progress is being made when in reality nothing has changed. Instead of telling the world about plans, the focus should be on quietly working towards them. When real results start to show, there will be no need to explain anything. Success will speak for itself. Discipline and execution separate those who achieve their goals from those who simply dream about them. The most successful individuals operate with a mindset that prioritizes action over words. They don't waste time proving themselves to others or explaining their process. They let their results do the talking. Instead of arguing, defending, or trying to convince people of their potential, they focus on building, growing, and improving. They understand that talk is cheap and that in the end, results are the only thing that truly matter. The most powerful proof of effort is undeniable success. When something is accomplished at a high level, recognition becomes automatic. People take notice of those who deliver results, not those who just make claims. The key to standing out is to be so good at what you do that there is no need for explanations. Those who are truly successful don't need to announce their achievements. Others recognize them. This is why silent work and relentless execution are the foundations of greatness. There is no need to seek approval or validation from others when results are strong. When skills, achievements, and consistency are undeniable, respect and recognition come naturally. Instead of chasing validation through words, it is better to focus on actions that create lasting impact. The best revenge, the best proof, and the best response to doubt or criticism is undeniable success. Actions will always carry more weight than words, and true winners understand this deeply. The world doesn't reward those who talk the most. It rewards those who deliver. Those who focus on execution, discipline, and consistency are the ones who rise above the noise. At the end of the day, all the talking, planning, and explaining mean nothing if there are no results to back them up. Success is not about convincing people, it is about showing them. Work in silence, stay consistent, and let results do all the talking.